This conference will
Generally,
now be recorded.
so actually, I am just new to this tool, so I'm not
Mhm,
familiar
mhm.
with Cypress. So Cypress will be dealing with only like Node.js and the React.js applications, or also it will support the Java applications and .NET applications. What all applications will
Anything,
you support?
anything it will support actually. Predominantly, like Cypress is for React and React and Angular application, but it will support for all the applications, irrespective. Yeah.
So and one more thing, like what frameworks are we covering in this? Like Mocha also or Mocha are also we covering here. Mocha framework.
Mocha, like say, we don't cover it up. Mocha, actually, to be like say, the Cypress is built upon Mocha and Chai. So we don't specifically cover Mocha and Chai framework.
So, like, what framework we are covering here? Cypress.
So we'll be covering this native Cypress framework as well as we'll be covering the Cucumber. So
Okay,
Cypress
and
will
are
have
you
its own native framework, right? So that one we'll cover it. So it is used with the design pattern of page object model. We cover it up.
and one last question, Arvind. Like,
Yeah.
since JavaScript, like I'm not familiar in hands-on on that. Like, will you be covering like, will you be also covering some JavaScript language here, or it's like only a few topics, few basics will be covering regarding that?
Actually, it will be like basic to intermediate level because we don't want to spend too much time on JavaScript because ultimately the JavaScript experience that you are going to gain in this session is only to crack your interviews. So the if you are expecting something like a pure JavaScript kind of development perspective, I don't think so. We teach it here in this course actually.
No,
So
I'm
that
not
is a
asking for
separate. Mhm,
development, Arvind. Like,
mhm,
since we are using this automation tool, like in real time when you are testing with Cypress, do
mhm.
we need to have in-depth knowledge of JavaScript, or whatever you are teaching? Will that be fine?
Actually, whatever we teach in the session, I think that should be fine actually. So most probably the interview questions when you check it up, right? So it will be like uh, it will be on the writing the programs and answering the questions actually. So like they'll ask you to write a palindrome in JavaScript. So they might ask a library file in JavaScript. So it will be like that. So it will not be something like if a particular Java, it's not like something in Java because like say Java is a oops programming language. Okay, but here it is JavaScript is not a oops language actually. It is basically a scripting language. So that's the reason like say they will ask you about um, uh, like say they just a minute, just a moment. Yeah. Can you give me a moment? Just a minute.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Just I'll go for a mute for a minute or Hello. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry, what was the question?
No, I was just expecting like what amount of knowledge is required for Cypress in regards to JavaScript.
Yeah, I think the basic knowledge should be fine actually for now. Uh, so basic to intermediate level. So we teach from the basic and then we go till the promises and other things. So I think that should be fine. So that should work. Yeah, so
And
in-depth
also like
knowledge is not required actually because an understanding of async await. So there are particular concepts like maybe let me type it async slash await and promises. So all these like say if you have an knowledge like I think it should be fine. So a complete working knowledge is not required.
and like if you don't mind, like could you in depth could you explain about the architecture of Cypress? Because I've seen that presentation, but I'm not clear with that.
Sorry,
Cypress
can you come on?
architecture, arch, Cypress architecture.
Okay, Cypress architecture you mean if I heard it
Yes, yes,
properly. Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
sure, 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 sure. We can do that. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, no problem.
Thank you, Arvind.
Yeah, thank you. So, any other questions so far here till now? Okay, so maybe I don't think so. Any questions are there for now. So let's proceed it out. So any doubts, like say yesterday you have, like say, apart from the architecture part?
So, how do you do installation and all that? I think that you will take from today, all
Yeah,
the
today we'll
installation.
be taking it. So yeah, as discussed
Okay.
yesterday, right? So today we'll be checking about the installation part, and then slowly we'll start off with the JavaScript part. Yeah. Okay. So maybe I think that's all we have. So maybe just to start it off, like say, so installation part of it. So I'll come to the architecture at later point of time. Actually, when we come to the Cypress point of view. So just for the installation part of it to make your systems get ready. So we'll be installing like say, okay, so I didn't share my screen. Sorry about that. Yes, Kishore, the software is free. Yeah, it's free of cost. Okay, so just to the installation part of it. So basically to install this particular software, so we have like say, so the editor that we are going to use about is like say VS Code. Okay, so VS Code editor, we need to use it out, and then we are going to use something called your, okay, sorry. So and the editor we are going to use is like say VS Code editor. We'll be using it, and the Cypress we need to install. So to install the Cypress, so we need like say Node.js available. So any we cannot say any version available, but versions greater than 18 should be fine. Okay, version greater than 18 should be fine. And also apart from this, for Node.js, you need to set your environment variables. Okay, so set up environmental variables. Okay, so that should be done. And yeah, I think quite it should be possible. So this is all the setup we require it up. So for your VS Code editor, so as usual, I'll go to Google and then google.com and then type for something like say VS Code installation for Windows. So if you go it over here, so whoever has the Windows laptop or desktop. So just use this particular item. I already pinged it in our go-to meeting, and then just you need to click this point. That's it. Okay. So this particular link you need to click it so that it will be downloaded. So if it's going to be a Mac, it's going to be a different website over here. So I'll just ping it in the chat over here. Okay, yeah, thanks Kishore. Yeah. So for Mac again, just you need to click over here. So obviously it's to be downloaded, but I already downloaded it, so I'll cancel the installation part of it. Oops, sorry. Okay, so this is the VS Code editor, like say that we are going to use about, but don't restrict yourself to like VS Code or something. So whichever you feel comfortable, you can use it up. So I feel comfortable with VS Code, but there are other editors like Sublime, and there are also like IntelliJ plugin also is available. So everything is available. So whichever you feel like convenient, you can use it up. So usually I feel comfortable with VS Code, so that's the reason I use my VS Code editor. So nothing much towards it. Okay, so then nothing much towards it. So whichever you feel like say you can use it up. So there is no hard and fast rule over here. So VS Code is a comfortable one, so you can use that way. Okay. So and then for Cypress we need a Node.js. For Node.js again we have two different Windows and a Mac. So again go to google.com over here, and then you can choose about like say Node.js download. You can go to the Node.js download. So here we have different things. So if you want a Windows installer, so there are two versions available for Node.js. Your LTS, that means your latest stable version, and your current version. So for latest stable version, if it's going to be a Windows, just click on over here. So if it's going to be your Mac, just click it over here. That's it. So it's available on the same website over here. Again, let me ping you that one as well. And I told you about like setting up an environment variable. So to set up an environment variable, so in Mac, most probably it doesn't require it up. So because by default, it's going to be a drag and drop. So most probably it will not ask for you to install it. Sorry, to set up an environment variable. But in case if you want to set up an environment variable, so there is a command actually. So I can give you the command. So let me quickly check that command. Okay, so I had it in my notepad actually. So let me ping it to you as well. So if it's going to be a Windows, it's going to be easy. So you need to go to your system properties, edit environment variables. So if you are using your office laptop, obviously you can't edit your system variables, but you can edit your user defined variables. So that's it about. I'll show it to you. So let me take up the command actually. Just a minute. Just a minute. Okay, so usually when I go about to my, so I'm using a Mac actually. So usually when I go over here, let me show it to you for a Mac actually. So when you go to your terminal, okay, so just a minute. Where is my command? Just a minute, sorry guys. Okay, so I'm missing the command. I think I'll just get back to you on that. Maybe I'll ping it in the chat after our session. So it's not a big one actually, it's a small one. So maybe let me quickly check it in my notepad over here. So obviously when you install it, right, just go to your terminal. So and then check for node double hyphen version. So if it is available like this in your Mac, just you can leave it as it is. Don't change any of the settings actually. So I would suggest you not to change. But if it's going to be a Windows machine, right? So there is something like Windows machine. Okay, so this is how it will be available if you are holding a Windows machine, right? So usually, okay, so where is it? Yeah, this is the thing. System properties you need to go. You need to go to your environment variables and user variable. Like say, if you are using your office laptop, your system variable will be blocked for you, so you can't edit this one. But you can edit your always you can edit your user defined variables over here. So just you can create a new and you can okay. So this is setting up a new one, but no need to go for a new one. Just go to this path, edit it, and maybe if someone installed your Node.js, can you go to your C users app data, like say, so it will be inside your app data roaming Node.js, so it will be installed over there. So that particular path you need to give it over here. So let me get you the exact path. Okay, so because if you need to give that path, then only the version that you have installed inside your laptop, it will be reflecting, like you have installed, it will be reflecting throughout your laptop. Okay. Okay, let me get the path. Actually, it's universal path only, so it's not a rocket science. Yes, environment. Yeah. Okay. So this is for the Mac. Okay, it's not here. Sorry. Okay. It will be like C users. Where is it? Yeah, it will be inside like this app data. So local and then Node.js would be available. Okay. So this is how it will be looking like. If someone is installing now maybe you can ping your path actually. So from your app data, maybe this is quite confidential, so you can't ping this. But from app data, you can ping it up in our chat. So is anyone installing it right away, or like say you want to install it later?
Hi, Arvind. So,
Yeah, yes.
so actually, I have already installed, but where I can see it?
You need to go to C users, the name that you're given for your laptop, and then the app data.
Yeah, I am in that same path only, but I am not seeing that app data folder.
It'll
Can
be hidden. Maybe can you go to the view and you can check mark like say hidden folder or something. Something will be there in the Windows
okay in view section,
view section. There will be something like called hidden.
hidden items. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just check
Okay,
mark it.
okay. Yeah, yeah. App data in that.
Try searching inside local. Inside the local, there is something called node available.
Uh, node, node is not available, but npm cache is available.
NPM is there.
npm cache is there.
Not the cache.
Node is not available.
Okay, maybe we'll push it to the last 10 minutes. Don't worry. I'll tell you where it is. Maybe I'll bring my
Okay.
Windows laptop. Don't worry. Last 5 minutes, we'll check it up. Okay. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I'll show you which is the path, right path. Okay. So last 5 minutes, I'll tell you the environment variables, but you need to set it up. Okay, and this is the setup altogether that is required. So apart from this, nothing is required. So now when you open your Visual Studio Code, right? So what happens is like say, okay, so let me close all these things. Okay, so when you open your Visual Studio Code, so it will be looking like this. So I would request you to install one of the extensions. Okay, so I would tell you like say why you need to install this extension. Okay, so let me give it a JavaScript. Just search for JavaScript. Yeah, not this one
Uh,
actually.
Actually, I'm
LoadRunner.
not able to. Hello.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. So can you just let me know you are in which page because I am able to see the editor VS Code that's
Yeah,
coming.
editor only. And do you see my plugin screen? Extension code runner screen.
No,
So you see an extension like brick like symbol over here, right? In your Visual Studio, do you see it?
Visual Studio.
So you need to install the Visual Studio. So I
Yeah, I
provided
have
the link.
installed. Yeah, I have
Yeah,
installed
good. Yeah, yeah, great, great, great. So do you see a brick symbol over here? Maybe at the top or right corner or somewhere?
in the go to window or where?
So this is in Mac, it's over here. Maybe in Windows. Let me quickly check, Google it up. Extension logo. Ah, again, it should be over here only. Yeah, should be over here. You're not able to find it? Any brick symbol like this, maybe? Okay, so are you able to find it? I think she dropped off. No problem. Not an issue. Okay, so let's proceed it up. So you have a brick symbol and you have something called a code runner. Just type in the extension code runner. You have something like a code runner dot run available. So over here, just you need to install it up. So when you see it, it will be something like this install button available for code runner. Since I already installed it, it's for disable and uninstall. So install button will be available. Just click on install. So why we are installing this plugin is like say JavaScript is not a programming language, instead it's a scripting language. So we need some type of runner to run and check the particular JavaScript codes. So if you don't use this runner, every time we need to put it inside a browser and then check it up. Okay, so that's wherein like say the problem comes. Okay, so better we use this code runner and then click on this run and then it should work. Simple as it is. For example, if I want to create a file over here, like say sample test.js, sorry, .js is an extension. So let me save it over here somewhere. So maybe inside the JavaScript. Let me save it here. And then what happens is like say I can give like say console dot log. So console dot log is an explanation for your printf or println or anything. So whichever is going to give you the output. So this is sample. So I save it and I run it. I get my output. Simple as it is. So this is how we do it in a JavaScript in Visual Studio. But if you want this code to be happening inside without this runner, right? Then what happens is like say we need to put this inside your HTML file and then invoke it up. For example, so let me create a quickly HTML file, or let me check whether I have something over here to show it up. So JavaScript open. So this is under day 0. Okay. So let me open this one. Okay. So if you see it over here, I need to write something. Okay, it's quite big. Let's search for something smaller one. So I need a smaller one. Okay, no problem. Let's create a new one. Okay, let me save it over here. Test Java HTML.html. Okay, so usually how your JavaScript without using this runner, how it will happen is like, say, usually we'll create a HTML file. Okay, and inside this HTML we can have a head, no issues. Okay, so that shouldn't be a problem. And then we have something called a script available. So whenever there is a JavaScript available, everything should be inside the script tag. Okay, so if it is not inside the script tag, obviously your JavaScript will not run. Okay, so for example, I can give something like, say, console.log, and then I can give like, say, this is just a sample. Save it. Now you go to your test Java over here, just right click, open with Chrome or any browser it can be, because JavaScript supports all the browsers. You can't see it over here, but when you click over here at this 3 button and more tools, developer tool, and when you go to your console, you can see the output over here. Okay, so every time when we do like this, even over here, you can write your code, like say you can initialize it, like say sorry, console dot log. Okay, and then I can give like, say, so this is tutorial, like this also you can type, click on and enter, so it will give you the output. So every time you need to use this particular, either a browser or HTML, individual HTML, you cannot consistently use those things. So to avoid those things only, we use your Visual Studio Code and the particular plugin called Code Runner, so that you can easily execute it. Okay. So did you get it? Why we are using the Code Runner? So any doubt here so far till now? So Code Runner will be a easier way for your execution and a faster way for your execution.
Arvind Suchipriya here. So,
Yeah, yes.
yeah. So whatever you have just written, that is HTML code, right?
It's a JavaScript actually. HTML tags actually. Inside that we put your JavaScripts.
Okay. So whenever we are going to write any logic also, we are going to write inside the script tag, right?
Yes, exactly, exactly.
And so basically we are saving in .html extension, right?
Yes, yes. Why we save it in a .html is like, say, JavaScript can work only with the HTML, a browser it requires.
Okay. Then what about that .js extension?
That's a different one. So if you are going to use it inside your Visual Studio Code, then we need to have a .js, and this play button will help you to execute it.
Okay.
So this
So
happens only after you install the extension. You install the extension Code Runner. So if you don't install this extension Code Runner, this play button will not be available.
which is the play button? Can you show me?
Yeah, my you see my mouse is pointing over here.
I'm in the code runner screen only.
So you see this run code.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the play button.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay, is it fine?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So this will help us to run only JS files actually. Okay. So these are the two approaches for your JavaScript, how to run it and how to get the output. So apart from these two things, there is no other approach. The third approach I would say, like say open any browser and go to the maybe over here, go to the more tools and then the page source maybe. Okay, so it's not coming. Sorry, not the page source maybe. So let's go to open any website irrespective of it. More tools and where is the, yeah, over here you can go and there's a console. So here also you can type it. So it doesn't care about any websites or something. So whatever you type it over here, everything comes as a JavaScript. Okay, this is a JavaScript. If you want to quickly do it up, so this is the only way. Okay, or just create a HTML file and then inside that you start to type all these things. So these are the quite approaches for how to run your JavaScript or how to enable or to check some logics in JavaScript. So this is the only way. Okay, few ways these are. Okay, so any doubts here so far? So any doubts here
Arvind,
so far? Yeah.
which is recommended? Writing the script inside the Node.js and saving it to .js is
Visual
good
Studio
one. Or
Code will be more simpler actually. So I would always
okay,
do like that. Yeah, because when we do also it is quite simple to get that result out easily. So it is like a simple editor, like how you do your C, C++ or any editor. It's a simple editor. So using it inside a HTML, like it's again makes it little complex, but again, certain people prefer to do like this and they can make use of this one. Yeah. Okay.
yes,
Okay.
sir.
I think, yeah, I think this should be fine. So let's move on to like say this is how your JavaScript will be running and now let's move on to something like how to set up your Cypress. Okay, so Cypress again it's a simple one. So first things in a Cypress is like say I need to create a project. Okay, so how to create a project is like in Cypress there is no such thing as a project available. It's just a folder, simple as it is a folder only. We call it as a project in Cypress. So let me create one folder, Control Shift N. So let me have it as a first Cypress project. Okay, so let me go to my Visual Studio Code over here and go to the Explorer, go to File. So I'm using my Visual Studio Code. Okay, so go to File and then open a folder option would be available. So over here you can click on that particular project. So initially it would be empty, don't worry about it. Either you can use it, open it like this, okay, and then go to your Visual Studio Code terminal, new terminal, and you can execute your commands here, okay, or the same terminal or your command prompt would be available if you go over here and maybe get the path of it. Get info. So this is my path actually. So what I will do if this is not available, so then I'll give something like say I'll go to my terminal itself. Okay, if you're using your Windows, go to your command prompt. Okay, and then you give like say the command is command cd change directory and give it up. Okay, simple as it is. So and then from here navigate to the folder path cd plus Cypress project. That's it. This is how it is. Okay. So from here also you can execute all your Node.js commands. So what are the commands we require it up? Simple as it is. First of all, what command we require is like, I'll go to my Visual Studio because I'm used to it, but from terminal or your command prompt also you can do it. The first command is going to be for your installation. It's going to be something called your npm pm space init. So this command, it initializes the npm, or we call it as basically a node. Node and npm both are same. Okay. That means like say npm is inside your node. Simple as it is. Okay. And then the second command would be like say npm npm. So it's going to be, let me pull in, I think it's available already inside this slides actually. So you can even refer that one as well. Okay. npm install Cypress dev. Okay. So this is the second command. So what does this command basically will do? So this command is going to install the Cypress in the desired folder. That's it. So it's going to install Cypress inside the desired folder. Okay, so that is how it does. And the next one is going to be like say, it's going to install like say npm install yarn. Okay, so why we are installing the yarn is like say, again yarn is nothing but it is again like say just okay. So npm install yarn is nothing but, so yarn like say let's have a question like say, what is yarn? Okay, so any idea from your group, like say from our session, like what is basically yarn? So any random guesses maybe? Anything you googled out or saw you saw in LinkedIn or something like that? So nothing much. Okay, no problem. So yarn is nothing but again it's a package manager. Okay, it allows you to share, use and share the code. That's it, simple as it is. Then you can ask me like say what is the difference between npm versus yarn? Simple. Okay, so what is yarn, what is npm? Okay, so and also like say I'll ask you at the end of this topic, like which one would be prefer, yarn or your npm? Okay, so when you consider like say npm, so the abbreviation would be like say node package manager. Node package manager. And yarn, we don't have any abbreviation, it is just a yarn. Okay, as far as I know. Maybe you can Google it out if it has a any abbreviation, but as far as I know, yarn is just yarn. Okay, so when you see like say both will be dealing the same thing. Okay, so yarn is nothing but it's again like say uh, we again call this basically as your package manager only. Then you can ask like say what is the difference? So when you consider the speed and performance, okay, speed and performance, okay, so always a yarn is better than npm. So why? What is it? What is the reason? Because yarn helps to yarn or maybe not helps, yarn does its jobs parallel. Simple as it is. Okay, whereas your npm doesn't install parallelly. Okay, so and also from the security purpose, so yarn is more secure. Okay, but however, yarn uses more disk space when compared to npm. Okay, so this is all we have it. Okay, so this is all the difference. So basically people choose between yarn and your npm. I would say, like, say, go for your npm, even though it in the performance wise it's little slow, so it has a particular standard available. And yarn was developed by Facebook actually to have a competition with your npm, so that is the main thing. And again, npm is an node.js package manager, so it is a separate one node. Okay, if you ask me, can I use npm instead of yarn? Yes, you can use npm instead of yarn if you are satisfied with the flow. That's it. So there is no much big difference. Okay, so there is no big difference available over here. Okay, so does it make clear, like, say, what is yarn and npm?
So this node package manager, could you explain again what exactly does npm?
Okay, npm basically it has a lot of libraries inside. Like, say, for example, if you write a piece of code and if you want to maintain it somewhere, then you can directly put it inside your node. So whenever you want it, you can just call it out. That's it. So it is kind of a package manager. So that means whatever the project inside you put, or the projects you put it inside your node, it is always maintained by your npm. So it gives us all our installation things. That's it. Like, say, for example, even if you want your Selenium or any software that you require it up, if it is available in your npm, it will pull it up. That's all it does. So same thing yarn will also will do. Yarn has a separate set of packages available. So whatever is inside that particular yarn, so it will be utilizing it.
Uh,
So
Arvind, it's
yeah,
like something you are just saying. We are just saving all the our projects code and everything inside that it will
not
store inside
sorry,
npm.
sorry, not our project code, because that will be a security vulnerability. Whatever Cypress is having, it is maintaining it inside your npm. That's it. Not your code. It is a common code. Maybe I can put, you can put, everyone can put and maintain it inside your npm, and it is downloadable from npm. So usually when you want to download, what you do, so basically you go to the exe file, double click it, and then download. Correct, right? The same way, instead of double clicking and downloading, we use npm. So npm is nothing but all the packages would be available inside. Just on a click on a command, like, say, how we give it, like, say, npm install Cypress saved. So this will install the Cypress inside my local folder. Same way, each packages will be available. So everything it will be stored.
Can we think it as Maven, sir?
Yeah, kind of similar to Maven.
Okay.
Yes,
Project
similar to
structure would be defined.
project structure. Yes. So both npm and yarn would be like similar to that of your Maven. Okay, so this is what is the
Uh,
difference.
Arvind,
Yeah,
while
yeah.
installing packages, either we can use npm or yarn. But how about while running the scripts, the npm command or
We use the npm command. Just for installation part alone, we are running anything inside Cypress, it's npm. But to install alone, we either go with yarn or your npm. Anything.
Okay. Okay. For running the scripts, we have to use npm only, right?
npm, yes. Okay, maybe let's try to set up and see. Just real quick, it's a very small setup, so nothing big actually. So I'll go to my Visual Studio Code. I'll give npm init. Okay, if you click it, you can see it will be creating a package name for you. So package name is nothing but the name that you give for your package. That's it. So it's internal only. You can't see nothing external over here. It's an internal one. So I'll give it like say test pack. Click on enter. The version. So version is nothing but it's not your Cypress version. The version of code that you're going to write it up. So if it's going to be 1.0.1, it's fine. You can mention anything as well. Description again, anything you can do. This is a test pack. Okay, and entry point is a node.js because why sorry index.js. Why it is index.js is like say uh, before your Cypress, now we have Cypress 13 version. So when it was 5 version or something, right, your node.js sorry index.js is the entry point. So whatever changes you want to do, we'll be doing it as part of index.js. So that's why the entry point is index.js. And test command, no need for this one. Git repository also not required. Keywords also we don't require. Author, you can give your own name because you are going to be the developer. So license, it's free license, nothing, and then just click yes. And then you need to give npm install Cypress double hyphen save. I think it's hyphen dev, I think. Yeah, hyphen dev. Yeah, hyphen dev. And you click it. So in this project, it will start to install. Okay.
Cypress spelling.
Okay, I forgot this. Yeah. So double S. Okay. So initially you could see only packet.js, but after installing this one, you can see a lot of modules getting populated. Okay.
So how did you get this terminal, this dev
You
tool?
can go to the Visual Studio. Terminal would be there over here. Okay. New terminal. Okay. Okay. So did it work for you?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Thank you. So this is all the setup is about, and this is an optional one. So npm install yarn because we are installing yarn from your npm. So this is an optional one. So if you want to install, you can install npm install yarn. Okay. So this will install yarn in your machine. Okay. So nothing much towards it. And then you need to give like say yarn lock, I think. Okay, not this one. Don't give this one. Yeah, I'll tell you when to give it up. So this is how we need to install it up. You can see the node modules available over here, your packet.log.json. Okay, so in your packet.log.json, you can see what are the installations that is available over here. Okay, and your packet.json. So whatever you have written at the top over here. So everything it will be available over here. Okay, so this is all about your installation. Okay, so still we didn't jump into Cypress, so this is only the installation part. So any doubt here so far till now? So initial sessions would be a little bit slow, but slowly when JavaScript comes into picture, we'll be picking up pace because there is a lot to see in Cypress than JavaScript. So let's not waste time in JavaScript. So quickly let's move on to Cypress. Okay. So this is all I had for today, the installation part, your Visual Studio Code, how your JavaScripts will be running, and the installation of your Cypress. Okay. So, and for the environment variables, I'll ping it to you in your chat actually. So I don't mind. I ping it in the chat. So you can just get it from there. So it's running around. Maybe I need to take a screenshot or like say, no problem. I think I have a documentation available. I can share it with you. Okay, in this chat. Kindly don't delete it up. So it's a public repo. So don't delete it up. Okay. So just hold on for a moment and then we'll close the session. So you can see I'll share you this repo. So both in the WhatsApp chat as well as where is it? Yeah, six. Yeah. So WhatsApp chat as well, and as well as over here in the group also I'll share it up. So I'll tell you like which one to refer. So it would be available over here. So where is the handling installation of node? Okay. So just open it. Let's quickly check it up. Okay, so this is the prerequisite over here. So for Windows, this is how it looks like. So this PC, okay, and for Mac, check the version. So setting up the environment goes like this. So you need to edit your user defined variable if you have access, okay, and your path would be looking like this. C users Lenovo app data roaming, sorry, not local, roaming npm. I think you can find it here. Okay, so this is how you can use it. For a Mac, I don't think so anything specific is required, so you don't need to worry about it. Okay, but for your Windows, so this is the one. So you can make use of this documentation. It is available in my Git repo. So just have a use of this one. Yeah. So this is all I had for today. So tomorrow we'll start off with first thing the JavaScript and then we'll move on to Cypress. So JavaScript will go on for like say 5 sessions actually. So we have planned for a week, like say 5 days, 5 hours, and then we'll move on to the Cypress. So any doubt here so far till now?
Arvind, architecture, or you will cover it tomorrow?
Yeah, architecture, yeah, we can look over it tomorrow. Or like say when we start the Cypress, right? We didn't not yet started the Cypress. Maybe when we start the Cypress over there, I'll give you the architecture. Yeah,
Okay,
even yesterday we
thank you.
didn't see it much actually. We just saw a few blocks diagram. That's it. Yeah. So that's all from my side. Maybe have a good day and let's catch up tomorrow. Yeah.
Arvind, any installation, like if you are stuck, can reach out to you in the group?
Yeah, please. Yeah, yeah. Just WhatsApp me. Like I can help you out. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you.